Hello, welcome to a presentation by NeuroGENE. I will be showing and demonstrating how to create your step-by-step evolution by using the evolution chart provided from your sponsors here at NeuroGENE. The chart organization goes as follows. You have to start first of all with the standard left to right, top to bottom, X, and then Y format. Afterwards, you need to make sure you follow the standard pattern formats that are created inside the chart in order for you to be able to create a more efficient evolution. Each box in the chart is meant to show you what makes your world, what creates your own space. On the top left box, X, Y, Y, X, that is designated for your home and what you use to define your home. The top right box is YXXY, and that is used to define your social world, the outside world that you go out to, and you define that. On the bottom left corner is your home world and what society deems your home world to be. And on the bottom right, it's supposed to be how the world defines you. But if you have BrainCrafting with NeuroGENE, the corporation basically takes over that box and you have more control over it through our corporation NeuroGENE. Example: Tom is having a hard time going out. He notices his coworkers constantly going to the bar and he never gets an invite. He sets out to try to get an invite to the bar this coming Friday. He asks himself, what can he do to get an invite? If we were to use Tom's example to try to figure out how he would use the evolution chart to exponent his results, we would utilize, first of all, the top left-hand corner. And after using the top left-hand corner, he would fill in every integer with information that he needs in order to understand his problem better. The chart fill goes in as follows. First of all, for the pattern X, Y, Y, X from top to bottom, left to right, X of importance, and Y being second of importance, top label first, left label second, we get, for X, I don't receive invitations from my coworkers. For Y, they don't have the time. That's a fact. Involving a family perspective, the family really doesn't have anything to do with the situation because the situation has to do with work. It doesn't have to do with a home life. So nothing there. And X, in your own words, he would say, I spend too much time at home. That's his home analysis on the situation. Okay, now that he has the upper left box filled, he would go to the upper right with the format YXXY. And this box is for the outside world. How he sees himself in the outside world, how he sees his own world. Y being the first one, his image, he says, I look lame, unapproachable. X, how he would describe that in his own words, he would say, I feel like I'm decent. He would say that because, he's out there, he's in the world. So he says, I feel like I'm decent because he's still part of society. The next one, X, for social image of the world, he says he is below average. And for Y, a fact throughout this organizational box, he would say, I don't go out a lot, but I enjoy small talk. That would be his final verdict for that box to use the Y increment. Now go into the lower left bottom box. These are used to check your mindset, to check your perspective. Use the outside world to reflect on what you look like in your real life. So that's what the bottom boxes are for. So using very quickly the XY pattern, we would use self, redefine, self, and then example, sorry, for Y, and then redefine, and then family, just because of the way it's formatted. We would say A, for a quick summary, I'm very lame, is what he gets, using his own definition on the top to reflect off. For the Y, very quickly, family, redefine, and then example, and then self. He would then again come with the conclusion for B, I'm very lame. And if we want to check really quickly, going back to the first one, X, self. So self to the situation is I don't receive invitations from my coworkers. An example, he doesn't receive any invitations for Y. So then X, redefine. If he tries to redefine that, he would probably come up with I don't get any invitations in general, for both to sum it all up. And then Y, family, which has nothing to do with it, he'd probably say I spend too much time at home. So he could draw up the conclusion, I'm very lame. And then using the bottom right hand corner, using the quick check patterns, YXXY and XYYX. First of all, Y self-image would be I look lame, unapproachable. Then X, in your own words, people don't want to talk to me. That's what he would come up with. And then X for social image, unapproachable. And for Y, to define what actually happened, you would say what he came up with was A, I talk more than I need to. For X, Y, Y, X, X being social image, I look lame, unapproachable. Y, self-image, my bad. Define factual based on I look lame, unapproachable. People don't want to talk to me. That's a fact. Using Y, self-image. Then my self-image off those two is people are not going to talk to me because I don't seem approachable. And then X, in own words, I like to talk. I wish I could talk to people, kind of a thing. So he would come up with for B, I'm average but could use some help. And that's what he would put for the bottom right hand corner for social image. Keep in mind that this is usually dictated by NeuroGENE, but Bob is using this for a prehand of NeuroGENE.